Greetings, truth seekers, and welcome back to Truth Fed, your scripture reading and end times prophecy podcast. And today we are working through Daniel chapter 7, which is about Daniel's vision of four great beasts. So it's an end time prophecy, and not necessarily easy to understand, but some of it is broken down and explained for Daniel by the angel who's giving it. So we'll do our best to interpret it as best as we possibly can. I apologize again if I end up having to sneeze or if my voice sounds funny. I am sick yet again, and it's getting quite annoying, and I just ask that you would pray for me. Just a lot of things coming against me, physically, financially, so please remember me. Please keep me in your prayers as I try to do this work for the Lord and for those of you who need a place to go where they can get sound scripture, where they can get honesty and truth. And so just please remember to keep me in your prayers. Without further ado, let's just hop right in. We're going to read Daniel chapter 7 and have a short discussion about it. So let's get started. Daniel chapter 7. In the first year of Belshazzar, king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and a vision of his head upon his bed. Then he wrote the dream and told the sum of the matters. Daniel spake and said, I saw in my vision by night, and behold, the four winds of the heavens strove upon the great sea, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse from one another. The first was like a lion, and it had eagle's wings. I beheld it till the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth and made to stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. And behold, a second like a bear, and it raised up itself on one side, and it had three ribs in the mouth of it between the teeth of it. And they said thus unto it, Arise, devour much flesh. After this I beheld, and lo, another, like a leopard, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. The beast also had 4 heads, and dominion was given to it. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. And it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the ancients of days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like a fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. Beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beast, they had their dominion taken away, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with clouds of heaven, and came to the ancients of day, and they brought him near before him. And there was given to him dominion and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit, in the midst of my body, and in the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me, and he made me know the interpretation of these things. The great beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even ever and ever. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even that horn had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld the same horn, made war with the saints, and prevailed against them, until the ancients of days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Thus, he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of the kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and he shall wear out all the saints of the Most High, and to think to change times and laws, that they shall be given into his hand until a time and a times and dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom of the dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me. But I kept the matter in my heart. All right, so that's the end of Daniel's first vision. And the next time we read, we'll be reading Daniel's second vision, which is chapter 8. So the book of Daniel really just kind of heats up. You know, it's kind of like a good movie. It gets better and better until it climaxes at the end. And, I was delayed on reading Daniel chapter 7 because I was struggling so badly to try to figure out who all these beasts were. Not the fourth beast, because the interpretation is given to us about who the fourth beast is, but the first 3. And then I realized that it really isn't even that important, because when Daniel's given the interpretation, the focus is on the fourth beast, which is what the vision is focused on. It's a warning about what's coming and what this fourth beast is going to look like. Now, just for a second, we have 3 other beasts. One is like a lion that had eagle's wings that were plucked off. The other was like a bear, and it raised up, had ribs in its mouth, and it was to devour much flesh. And then the third one was a leopard, which had upon its back 4 wings, like a bird. Now, there's a lot of, from what I've noticed, like Perry Stone as an example, and there's other Bible teachers, they teach, at least it appears they teach, that these 3 kingdoms are past kingdoms that ruled the world. And I think that is extremely likely, probably the most likely scenario. I've seen where the lion with the eagle's wings was ancient Babylon. Then the bear was like Media and Persia. And then, the leopard is somebody else. These are kingdoms that ruled over the world. Okay? And then this fourth kingdom is unlike any that's ever existed, and it's going to be exceedingly terrible, and we all know what it's going to be, right? Because we've read the book of Revelation. One thing, the reason why this kind of hung me up is because I was looking at those other 3 kingdoms and wondering, is it possible that there are 3 kingdoms that exist during the last days. And I'm looking and I think, okay, so you've got the lion with eagle's wings. Could that be Great Britain? And America is the eagle's wings that comes out of Great Britain. And then in the last days, those wings are cut off, which would go along with my theory of America being Mystery Babylon the Great, which is eventually cut off and destroyed, which I'm going to be doing another podcast on later this week about some new information that I've discovered in my studies on that topic. So stay tuned for that in the next day or two. And then is the bear Russia? And, so I'm thinking about those things. But I think it's very likely that they are just ancient kingdoms that have now passed away. And this fourth kingdom is about to arise that's going to be unlike any of the others. And of course, it goes on to describe how it's got iron teeth, which I think kind of fits with the theory that Rome is part of it. I do buy into that this last day kingdom will be, made up of areas in Europe and the Middle East and all that. With Rome being kind of revived, I think that makes a lot of sense prophetically. And I can see that kind of developing now. And we'll talk more about that when we do some more end-time studies. But this fourth kingdom, Daniel's given the interpretation of the great beast. And, the angel even says, these beasts which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. So we know there are four kingdoms. And he says, eventually, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, even forever and ever. And then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceedingly dreadful. So this kingdom is going to be more awful than any other kingdom that ever existed. Which was diverse from all others, exceedingly dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and nails were of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, stamped the residue with his feet. So this thing is going to be a violent last day kingdom. And the 10 horns were in his head, and of the other which came up, where before 3 fell, even that horn that had eyes and a mouth spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. Almost seems like it's saying that this person, this king, has a good presence about him, a good look about him. Behold, that same horn made war with the saints, prevailed against them. There's that theme again, where Satan prevails over the saints, at least for a short time. It says until, so Satan makes war with the saints, just like in the book of Revelation, and prevails against them. So he's having success in his prevailing over the saints. Until the Ancients of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. You see, the saints are going to judge. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. So the good news is even though Satan will prevail over the saints, there's coming a time when the Ancients of Day, the Most High, Elohim, our God, is going to come. He's going to put an end to that. He's going to set up the kingdom. The saints themselves will judge, and they will inherit the whole earth. Interesting dream. And they get even more interesting as time goes on. And of course, Daniel was troubled. He even ends this chapter saying, as for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept this matter in my heart. The book of Daniel is a great book. And the more we study that alongside the book of Revelation, the more things are revealed, the more things that are made known to us. We are watching this stuff unfold, which is why this is so important to us today. The book of Daniel, the book of Revelation, and the Apocrypha books, in my opinion, are crucial to our understanding of what's going on in these last days. We need to be studying these things, proving these things, talking about these things, pondering on these things. Yesterday I was really just wrestling with God about, where's America? How does this all play out? And it led me to study again more about Babylon, more about these kingdoms that arise out of the sea, and some things were revealed to me, and I'm going to share them with you in the next couple of days. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And then our next scripture reading will be on Daniel chapter 8, which is yet another insane vision. And hopefully God will show us some things as we read this. The book of Daniel, Daniel's told to shut up and that these things are to be sealed up for the end of days. And now we are at that door, and these things are being made known to us. So while it's a very scary time, a very challenging time, it's also a very exciting time. And many Christians of old have longed to see the things that we are going to see. That's all I've got for you today. If you want to support the Mission of Truth, you can do that by going to truthfed.com. And I just want to thank those of you who do contribute, because it's not cheap, to pay for hosting. It's not, computer equipment and recording equipment is not cheap. So I just really, really appreciate those of you who have done that. And I thank you, and I just hope the best for you, and may God bless you for being kind and generous. That's all I've got for you this morning. Make sure you stay tuned for the next podcast. I think it's going to be a doozy for you. Peace and grace be with all of you, and God bless.